How are you doing and how have you been? My name's Hazastical, this is Perkins and welcome back to RimWorld. So as we go on speed 3 here, we are living the dream with Perkins. Now, the priority this episode is going to be getting back on research, more specifically microelectronics, as all you party people have been saying. Getting that, not only getting obviously the better research bench, but getting wait. Yeah, getting the research speed actually put up by 50%, I'm pointing at the screen like it matters, is going to be a big deal. Other than that, there's not too many things that we want to do this episode. It might be worth putting a bit more steel away as temperatures, as we're sort of going through spring at the moment, with temperatures only being at -20, -22 as it is outside. I always feel like a weather person as I keep updating you. Maybe that's a career choice that I haven't looked in. Maybe that's something me and Perkins can do together outside her dubious clothing line. Snow hare self-tamed. Have we got any other wildlife around? Just the one. I will cue them to be slaughtered. Is Perkins still in her zone? Yeah, she's still in her zone. I don't want her going like too far out. That being said, there is more meat around. She gets a negative if she eats anything other than human meat, so I don't really... I think packing a meal with normal meat and human meat, I don't know if that would actually work with Perkins. She's a bit of a picky eater. Picky Perkins, that's the t-shirt idea. So other than that, it is going to be a case of Perkins is going to be hauling and whatnot, because she will be going from left to right, higher priority doing that first, to lower priority. So we've set research last. The reason why I've done this on one person is because, one, I can micromanage it, put it up and down when I need be, but getting everything clean and getting everything hauled, I think for my own sanity is good. Like, look at all this mess, Perkins, clean your room. It's not really her room, it's her freezer of death and destruction. Death and human destruction, I might add. But hey ho, Perkins isn't a bad person. She just has bad thoughts and does bad things. We got animals wandering away, but we're not too bothered about that. Like we said, this episode is just going to be sorting everything out. Traps are up, batteries are up. I know you party people keep saying about geothermal power. However, we're holding power really well. The only time we have trouble is when the smelter goes down. That reminds me, we got a machining table last episode or the episode before, so we might want to rejig stuff in here. What did we say about doing? So we said about we could move the smelter. No, we can pull this down. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of building work. This is totally what I set out to do. What blocks have we actually got before I start? We've got set. So if we just build the wall one more down, I promise this will make sense, party people. We're not... Okay, I was just making sure we weren't building anything out of wood. So then we can pull that down. So then we can put the smelter in here. We can put the new machining table in here. And then perhaps bring the research table in here so this can be like a production room. Obviously, eventually we're going to want this human leather to get out of here, but we have so much. But it's just a case of wanting traders. Another thing you party people did say, and I totally do agree, is we need to get... I don't think we actually have it yet. So let me look back into research. Yeah, the other thing that you party people said to get is obviously a comms console. So that is another really good reason, and you party people are correct. That would be really good to get up. Because then trading all our lovely Parkers is going to be so much more easier. Right, let's reinstall that in there. Oh, it has to be slightly offset. That's a bit negative. Not gonna lie. Because, like, back in the day, you used to be able to just put research benches like here. But I think that chair actually blocks them from walking through, if I'm not mistaken. Someone will probably correct me. Reinstall that. But then that should block them, so I don't really know. I might just deconstruct that chair, to be honest. Oh no, he walks over it. She walks over it. Sorry, Perk. Right, let's build chairs at everything then. Let's make her comfort level a little bit more cushy. She's our girl. We've got to look after her. So how's the machining table going to work? We're going to have to deconstruct this door. Then we'll put a door there and a door there. And then the machining table can go there. I think that's going to be the best way to do it initially. It's not the sexiest setup, but it doesn't really matter with just the one person. And what someone did say, and we will test it, the next time we get a... Oh no, a yak has died. Oh no. Someone did say that as long as someone is in our ideology, they shouldn't get bad thoughts for eating human meat. So... I don't think that's true, but we're going to have a look. The problem is when people like randomly join, they're not instantly a part of our ideology, which is a bit sad. So we've got a few building things, so we're just going to improve the base just ever so slightly today, just to make Perkins' life a little bit better. You know, I know she's living the dream. I hear you guys, you know, what's she got to moan about? She's pretty much living the dream. And that's when you know you're living your best life, when someone says you're pretty much living your best life. Do you know what I mean? Temperatures inside are actually warm, 20 degrees. Perkins isn't used to this sort of heat. What is heat? Let Perkins go. There goes my hero. Watching Perkins go. I know, you guys always request more music. I bring it to you. I give the people what they want. Can we reinstall that? Yeah, we can. So we'll just rejig in here. But the machining table is going to be really good because then all these mechanoids that we've been storing, we can then deconstruct them to give us potentially... Can't remember if they give us steel. I'm sorry, components, but I know they give us steel, so... Didn't mean to deconstruct that one. Yeah, rebuild that Perky. Good go. Very, very nice. It's always nice. I have to admit, it's always chill on RimWorld when you just... A bit of base improvement, do you know what I mean? Nothing too cray-cray. You know, don't make war party people. Make base constructions. That's a world message we can all get behind, I'm sure. I do want you to just build that Perkins. And Perkins gets on with her job like a champ. It has to be said. No complaining, nothing. I think she likes it here, that's the thing. Reinstall that there. I might put the research bench actually up there. And then reinstall that there. And then I can move... Yeah, I'm all over it, party people. If you're not in my head, you have no idea what I'm on about. But it's fine. I wouldn't want to be in my head. Don't be in my head. But yeah, then I can pull the smelter... No, pull the tailor bench down here, the machining table down here. And then there's a little bit more space, and we can still use this as potential stockpile room to make stuff a little bit more efficient. So I'm liking that. I'm liking it a lot. Do you know what, pie people? It's just always going too well, isn't it? Like, I love it. So that Randy must love it because he's left us alone. Luckily, we've got the food to actually maintain this. 319 human meat. Okay, you're smelting from slag. I mean, I appreciate it. But in the same, I'm going to reduce this area. Like, if it's not in a 40, like, radius, don't bother. Don't bother. Because that's the thing, that's the really helpful thing. So in all these workbenches, when you click on details, they have ingredients radius. It's a bit annoying to see the radius, but if I come out of here and hover over the details button, you can briefly see a white outline of anything in there will be covered. So be it with metal from slag, for example, any slag in there, she will do it. And then for another example, so a Parker, hover over the details, And I believe, yeah, unlimited. So there's no radius. And then you can pull that in. So she'll only make Parkers from human lever. Don't question it. Don't question it. If it's in that unlimited. So meaning, if something drops over this corner, she'll go over there and go get it. If you have that radius and something drops over here, unless someone hauls it or she brings it down, it won't be used. And yeah, I just think these radiuses are really, really helpful. And to be fair, I didn't know about them. I think it was only because I was watching like a random person and then they started doing it and I was like, oh, I'm not very good at this game. Okay, we have a raid. Randy knows I'm waffling. Oh my god. Perkins is done. What happened? We went from like 3 or 4 people to 11. It's fine, party people. I'm on copium. It's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Are they attacking straight away? Watch out. Oh, and they're sappers as well. Ah, brilliant. Brilliant, party people. Do we want the shotgun for this? Any saving graces they're still in tribal stuff. We're going to have to try and play ring around the circle. Hoping Perkins will... no, she's out. So I've still got to try and get them to... She's got to engage with them because they've got to actually physically run at her. Otherwise they'll start their sapping stuff. What actually hit us? Apparently the short bow did. So I don't know if they're going to fully avoid these traps. Perkins has got to tank a bit of damage here because the sappers... yeah, we're not going to have a good time with them. Don't all run that way. She just needs to maintain getting everyone's let me guess, you're nimble. Of course you are. Right, the reason why I'm running Perkins out of this is I'm hoping more people die. Okay, there we go. Right, Perkins, move out, 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 move out. Because now they're trying to escape, but if they're already in combat, they'll try and fight it out. Perkins give you... yep. There we go. Lovely. Just having a look. Because at the same time, if we do see someone that is a cannibal, it's going to be pretty perfect. Another thing that I learned that I don't know why it took me so long is there is actually like an allow button here. And you could just allow everything instead of like double clicking everything of the same thing or having to click manually. So I'm learning all the time, party people. Anyway, what we do need to do, and it is worth saying, is we need a room because we're getting all these prisoners and eventually we're going to want to make money through borrowing body parts. So we're actually going to need beds where we can actually pull them in to do so. I feel like this colony is getting worse and worse. So do we need... we don't particularly need this door here. No, actually. What we probably could use is go door, door, door. So she's got a hallway so we can fight stuff up that as well. Love the idea of that. And then this is going to be a extraordinary... saying that we only need one door in here, I suppose. I'll have it outside so then if they prison break out, they can just run. And then Perkins hasn't got to deal with something too bad happening. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do for the time being. And then inside, we will build... I think 2 beds will be more than enough. 2 beds and a lamp. Let's be honest, we're cutting people open. It's not going to be a nice experience for them anyway. I shouldn't put that on the postcard though. Okay. So Perkins did take a little bit of damage, so we do need to be mindful. She did heal herself because she's a champ. Perkins looks after herself, saying, don't use our dining table. We eat people. We eat people on that table. Do you know what I mean? The cleanliness of people. Right. So we need to reinstall that. Actually, if we... Okay, this is doing my OCD, and this just cannot happen. Like, I tried. I thought it weren't going to be too bad, but that can't happen. So then I want to click that table. Reinstall it there. Perfect. The smelter can stay there. Then we need to build a tool cabinet, because a tool cabinet, if I remember... I was hoping I could just click on it. And anyway, let's go to production. We can have a look properly together as a family. Yeah, it increases work speed, but I want to know by how much. Just says increase work speed by placing near a workbench. One workbench can use 2 tool cabinets. Very, very good. So we want them because that might offset some of the negatives that we're getting because it's a bit cold and stuff like that. So it might be worth getting some of them. They do take 200 steel is the only thing that we do need to be mindful. Temperature, we need a vent to come back through here. I mean, I know you're healing up, Perky, but people are watching. The millions are watching, and we need progress. We need it. Just a reminder, I said we were going to do research this episode, and none of it happens. Does it ever? Does it? Well, hey, when an attack happens, you know, it happens. When an attack happens, it happens. You can quote that if you want. Don't worry, there wasn't Gandhi or like Winston Churchill. That was Tazastical. But I think it's going to be really important getting this room up so then we can start borrowing body parts. Does anyone in the comments actually think Perkins is like a peaceful Perky? A mad snow hare. So for that, we need to change our into under attack, but I am going to edit this a little bit more. The reason is because we got that opening there. So if Perky comes down here, yeah, problems are going to happen. And we don't want that. Perky is doing pretty nicely, it has to be said. You know, I'm not saying it's the best colony ever, but I'm not saying that. Do you know what I mean? The rabbit will probably just dive onto a trap in a minute anyway. Which is what it is. What else do we need to get this up? We need steel, which we don't have. Okay. We'll make sure we prioritise that. That's fine. The smelter... Who smelt her, dealt her, can move down there. I know I'm hilarious by people. Right, that rabbit went out. Mad snow hare. And how I always check, so we had a mad animal. How I always check if then there's another mad animal is if you go down to the wildlife, there is a red lightning bolt that shows up next to the name of an animal, if there is any. As you can see, there is none. We are safe. I know. All the learning party people. Right, there we go. So she's back on research, mainly because there's nothing else for her to do, which is a little bit disappointing because there's tons for her to do, but, you know, I'm not going to judge our Perkies. I won't deconstruct that, but I should probably stop making them out of steel, just because I don't want to keep wasting steel resources. We're pretty much going full sandstone on everything. Saying that, I just realised how many chairs we have everywhere. So ignore that, we've already wasted all the resources. Oh, it's unbelievable. Alright, Perky, what are you doing now? You're fixing that, lovely. We've got a trade person. Have we actually got any cash? We've got a little bit of cash. Let's go have a chat. Look, I know you've heard some rumours about Perky and, you know, potentially munching on humans. It's not true. It's not true. Okay, let's... Actually, we can... Problem is, we sell one thing to you and then we nickel your cash. You've got a Golden Breach Act. Herbal medicine, that looks tasty. So we'll have all of that. All of you two. Go crazy, Perkins. Right, let's get rid of all the tribal weapons. And then get rid of all the cheap stuff that's like tattered. Get rid of that 145. We can... Is there anything we can do to stretch out a little bit more money? Yeah, we can sell them. There we go. And we're still making money. We're bringing in more herbal medicine. I love it. I love it. I love it. Perkins, can you make sure you're holding that silver? Thank you. Very, very good job. Actually, it hasn't looked like we've done a lot this episode, but I actually think the planning, especially this room, this will be the moneymaker. Like, something I'm really bad on with RimWorld. I know, I'm waiting for you guys. No, you're not, Tazasco. You're the best. I know, party people. I know. I know you love me. He's making money. This will be our moneymaker. Harvesting. Oh, I've done it again. Borrowing from people that attack us. This will be our moneymaker, and then selling that to other people. Like, the thing that would actually be really popping from the end of this episode is if actually we can get some steel going. So the closest bit of steel is up there. Anyway, party people, let's get back to Perkins, the girl at, well, as she's cutting someone open. But that's fine. Don't look at that. Don't even worry about that. We have got power problems, and that straight away tells me that our smelter is on, as we can hear everything that is flickering. We can also turn our tailor bench off because we're not actually using that for the time being. Anyway, what we did say, the one thing that we can do to make this episode not only a success, but to show you stunning people that, you know, not only am I a RimWorld genius, I'm a RimWorld genius, is let's get to mining so we can actually get that machining table up, which means then we can shred all these mechanoids. Saying that, if she gets up one of our bodily removal house, is that what we should call it? A body removal? We could just pretend it's a doctor's office. You know, they're ill, they go in there, then they get more ill. Death is more ill. That's definitely more ill. That's how it works. Right, let's make sure the mining that we set up is actually in Perkins' zone. It's not. Let's just adjust that. There we go. So hopefully Perkins will get onto that, especially since it's actually not bad temperature-wise outside for us, -12. Inside, Perkins can actually get toasty, although she still sits there with her parka, so... I think it's bad to get sweaty in the cold, though, isn't it? Does your sweat just freeze? I don't know, I need to watch Bear Grylls. To be fair, I'm sure Bear Grylls just swallows his sweat, wrings out his armpits. That's probably a bit too much, Tazastical. Let's set this for a prison, just because we can't put bed and breakfast. Don't look into it. Don't look into it. It's not a prison. They're trying to build a prison. I really want Perkins to do some mining. She's building. What level have I actually set mining for? So it's under construction. I don't like that. Mine fast, Perky. Because the problem with it being under construction is you're going to build fast. Then if you don't, then the minute you get, then it's like, right, I'm going to build this bench. Oh, I don't have the steel. So then I'll go to the next task. Oh, I'll mine. And she'll do one square at a time because then she'll use it to build. Doesn't make, like, if you played RimWorld, you sort of know what I mean, but it basically just means she'll come over, she'll mine one square, then she'll go to build, then she'll come up to mine one square, and that's just, no, just mine, love. Right, Perky having a nice meal. What are you having? Hare meat. Why are you eating that over human meat? Power problems. Oh, because power went down, batteries haven't stored anything, and in the night is where we make the most of our electric. Okay. I thought there was an actual problem, but it's fine, party people. I can hear you whispering in the comments already. Geothermal power, geothermal power. I know, party people. We'll get there, we'll get there. It's not a mad priority at the moment. Like, we're functioning fine without it. Saying that, we do need steel to actually replace the traps. So it's probably good that we're doing it. Turns out sappers, we were able to lure them in quite easily to this, so I really like that. That's 10 points for Gryffindor for sure. Problem is, I don't really know what our final design is actually going to be, but that's how you want it when you're watching a creator. You want to know that there's doom and gloom on the way because they're not preparing properly. 1000%. Well, hopefully Perkins can get a lot of this mined, because actually if we can end the episode on a... Not rushing over to get him. He'll die because of the crash anyway, and even if he doesn't, we've got so much human meat. It's fine, nearly 500 of it. How much steel we got? Okay, I want a lot because, like I said, we want to end this episode with not only getting this machining bench up, actually finishing all our traps, so then when future Tazastical comes to record the next episode, it's all fine and dandy. We don't have to panic. I'm bringing back the proper words. I'm going to have to reinstall this so it can actually be used. Get Perkins to do that now. There we go. Just to make sure she's getting the thoroughly deserved rec time. I nearly said rectum. Like, I don't know why that popped into my head, to be honest. Perkins has made me sick and twisted, is probably why. It's what you should always do in life when you make a mistake, party people, is just blame someone else, and I just blame Perkins. The problem is like when I'm out with people and I start talking about Perkins, it just gets weird, do you know what I mean? Let's be honest, Perkins has a bit of swag that no one can compete with. Women shudder at the thought of Perkins coming for her man, do you know what I mean, by people? Like, have you seen this Perkins? That's what they say. I think I've lost her. I think I've lost the plot. Some of you will say I never had the plot. And maybe you'd be right, maybe you'd be right. Maybe you'd be a little bit mean, but that's fine. Words can hurt and we're okay with that, so... is that another transport pod? I mean Randy, you dirty dog. The rescue of Vlad. I mean, Vlad, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're calling me for help, if you're calling me and Perkins for help, one, things have gone very, very wrong for you in life. And two, you might be waiting a while. And when I mean a while, a while. Right, traps are going up. I'd really actually like it if you could get the machining bench up. Look, of course he's a weasel. He's in my base. Get out. Thank you. I want the machining table out. We will... actually, I would like to leave the power on. How is the power doing with that? No, the power grid does not like that. We need geothermal power. I want to then do shred mechanoid, do forever. Perfect. But Perkins, can you turn that off? Because we don't have... We don't have the power to actually run things, party people. Like, come on. Like, we're not crazy people that have lots of power. That would be redonkulous. Sherry baby. Look, that's the gravy for Perkins. All that red stuff, that's the gravy. All the sauce. The sauce. I helped Perkins actually, like, design her meal plans now. Like, teeth for breakfast because they're like crunchy cereal. Oh, that's grim. The idea of, like, eating teeth just gives me cold shivers. Not Perkins, though. She enjoys it. She doesn't have to eat them while they're still breathing, though. No, too much. Alright, traps are down, machining bench. We've had a positive episode. The only thing that we haven't done is obviously start to really start to really power on through research, which, you know, it's not the be-all and end-all. Well, it is, considering that's how you complete the game, or at least one level of the game is by doing research. So in that aspect, we are doing bad, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't talk down to Perkins. We've had a positive episode. Machining bench up. Can't use it because we haven't got enough power. Room of death up. We need a happier name. What are we going to call this room? Bed and breakfast 2.0? Like, I feel like this is the room where you have nightmares that you wake up in. Do you know what I mean? You wake up and a liver's gone. The body over here. Do I care about coming over to grab it? Like, I don't know if I do. It's a lot of wasted time. But I can hear you all saying that. We have all this in here. So, Perkins, I actually want you to wake up now. Bills. Butcher creature. I wonder if we just do forever. If not, I might actually... Yeah, I'm going to manually wake up Parkins, which I shouldn't really do because then she'll get a bit miserable. But actually, we should be hauling all these dead bodies in the freezer. I know they will be kept anyway, but they will still deteriorate because they're outside. They won't spoil because they're frozen. But up here you can see the numbers on the bottom left-hand corner in the yellow. They still will deteriorate, and we don't want Perkins getting hungry. You know, when you've got to eat man flesh, you've got to eat man flesh. Perkins is basically a Black Widow. That should be her nickname, Black Widow. Because isn't it Black Widow spiders that eat their partners? I'm not sure, party people, but what I am sure is that's probably the perfect note to leave this episode. If you got to this part of the video, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment. I'll catch you next time, party people. Bye.